Walmart are racist. We're reading Google reviews from places in the U.S. Why do I look high? This place is in Albany of New York. This Walmart Supercenter. And instead of just scrolling through, like what I just did, you could just write sort lowest rating. It's rare when a place makes me feel the need to say something, but I spent half an hour trying to find an employee capable of opening up one of the countless locked cabinets. I spoke to so many employees. They made several overhead pages. I even went to the front desk and they told me they couldn't help. Yikes. There were 2 employees working the exit tonight, November 17th, 2024. An Indian guy and an Asian guy that deserved to be fired. Holy shit, there's a paragraph. I frequent this Walmart, and every time they are very prejudiced. They only check a certain ethnicity's shoppers' carts. A black shopper could have 3 items, and they're bullshit checking that little receipt 3 or 4 times, calling black shoppers back to look at it a second time. Meanwhile, Asian or white shoppers I've seen are just waved through. I'll also be filing a formal complaint with the store in person tomorrow because enough is enough. If my items are scanned by our workers, that should be good enough. Or if a person has eyeballs and to look at everyone's receipts, that would be fair too. The silly thing is that those shoppers they're waving by have like 100 items in their cart with a much higher probability of stealing. Like, do they want a cookie for being incompetent in their jobs? Did they just go for low-hanging fruit or stopping the black person? Hire any racist to do that for free. Instead of manning the phones and departments within the actual store, they place 2 lazy bigots at the exits. Help me in the store and actually do a job and get paid for. I work hard for my money and value my time. Walmart needs to value their money and time too, to either fix the item theft buzzers at the door or hire people with a brain and truth of perception. The employees at this Walmart are racist. I recently visited this Walmart to refill my water gallons as I do regularly. After making my payment, I was stopped by employees who insisted on checking my receipt for each individual refill. It became apparent that they were unaware that customers could pay for all refills together in one transaction. This lack of understanding led to unnecessary confrontation and inconvenience for me. I urge Walmart to better educate its employees about the services they offer, especially popular ones like water gallon refills. What the hell? And they just put an image of the fucking tomatoes and they're moldy as hell. Very non-formative manager Ashley told me that they couldn't price match something that was on the Walmart app. I'm at Walmart Plus member. I knew something was wrong when she said that, so I went downstairs to customer service and talked to a wonderful representative who helped me to do something that I actually could have done in 2 minutes. That wound up taking me an extra 10. The difference was $14. If the money isn't the problem, it's the time we get back in life that we can never get back. Ashley, thank you for absolutely nothing. This is probably the worst Walmart in the area to do clothes shopping at. The shelves are a horrible, disorganized mess. I went in to buy 2 pairs of jeans and the 2 sets of long johns jeggings. I'm used to having to look for jeans on the shelf, but this was a special trip. They were not organized into the shelves at all, just put in the empty locations, not even grouped by size. The pants would have been just as well organized, strewn around the floor. Long johns leggings are an exercise in frustration. I eventually found what I needed in the wrong aisle, under the wrong brand section and wrong product type. It was in the spot for shirts. Literally, the only thing that lined up was the tag on the shelf was XL. Tag-wise, the tag of the second section read $10. The tag that they were sitting over read $22 and the rang at $16, splitting the difference. While looking, one of the stocking staff pushed merchandise cart between me and the shelves I was looking at and proceeded to leave it there. Also, if stores are going to keep things locked up, hire people that speak English to unlock the merchandise. Newsflash, no English does not unlock the long johns cabinet. It was also not on the customer to jump through the hoops and deal with the incompetent and useless staff. The customer was in line in front of me. An African-American woman was also registering complaints with the cashier about the unhelpful staff who would only respond no English when she tried to get help with the Christmas tree. And short, if Walmart really wants to improve, they should hand out Christmas pink slips to the entire stock and crew and merchandising departments, as well as review the actual usefulness of whoever is doing the hiring for this location. Is everyone at this Walmart racist? That Walmart is full of racist people. That's the second sort of like a race. I mean, this time it was the customer. Let's go to another place in New York. Ticonderoga. Hot Biscuit Diner. Lowest rating. Went in there for a lunch special, which specials are usually semi-cooked. Three other couples came in after us, and they all got served. Told them at the time wanted to check for our drinks. Went into a triad about if food got ready. New York State says we have to pay whether we ate or not. Told them to show me the declaration. Couldn't produce said document. All we wanted was penne with meatballs. 16 minutes later, there was still no food while 3 others got their food. Very rude when we walked in. Took 5 minutes for menus. Then after all was said and done, no, did not pay. We were told never come back. I said no problem. We wanted to go to Burleigh's in first place, and now there's a place with class. Are you an old white woman? We got one of those. If I could give this place 0 stars, I would. The food was mediocre. The service was okay. Worst of all, it was a disturbing photo on the wall. I understand the 1950s theme that this place is going for, but it's 2024 and we should not be displaying racially offensive images in any public establishment. Seeing this photo on the wall made me immediately feel uncomfortable and unwelcome. Is this image to you racist? Where do I begin? This place was a disaster from the time our motorcycle riding group walked through the door. We were told to sit down anywhere we wish, and within 5 minutes of sitting down, we were forced on another location because there was an extra couple of chairs, which were to be used for a larger group. The server who demanded we move was not even pleasant, but she was quite rude and arrogant. Our server was also quite unpleasant, no smile, and extremely curt. The hamburgers were raw when we asked for medium, and then there was not even one coffee refill. Once the Shirley waitress served the undercooked meal, she completely disappeared. Horrible lunch experience. We left no tip, and maybe if the waitress reads this, she'll understand why. The quesadilla was greasy. Quesadillas are meant to be greasy. All the quesadillas I get are always greasy. Like, what do you mean? The sour cream it came with was moldy. I got a bison burger, and just to tell you now, I should have stayed alive. Bland, dry, and under season. At least the bill was calmed. Imagine being a bull, and your sole purpose is to be cut and eaten, and then it turns out bland. Like, you would demand your life back. My sandwich was a patty melt, was very greasy, and I ordered a side of onion rings that were not cooked right, and they tasted like flour and were really slimy. You didn't have to tell me you were slimy, but thank you for that input, I guess. Food never came, we walked out? What do you mean the food never came? And that was the Hot Biscuit Diner in Ticonderoga. Ticonderoga. That was in Ticonderoga, guys. Right at the edge of New York. Next to Vermont. Target in Montana, Billings. Oh, already 1 negative review. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Okay. I'm ready. Why is it that every time I go in here, it's as if it's the lowest version of Target offered? Clothes are usually extremely wrinkled, and everything just seems so outdated and never in stock. The main reason I'm running a 1-star for the cashiers, it's usually one that works, possibly 2 at times, and then when you purchase fragile items, they just throw them in the bag as if it's garbage. I had to ask for several bags since they didn't place my candles in the bag with any care in the world, let alone when they crinkle them up in a ball before stuffing them in a bag with chemicals or things that don't belong in the bag. So when you get home, you're left with even more wrinkled clothes than you purchased, and if you're lucky, your soaps didn't leak onto them. Just poor training is what I've observed many times, and straight carelessness. Most of the people I've come across at this location aren't just there. Hopefully corporate will revalue their training program because this is personally my last trip to this location and would recommend the inconvenience of driving to the West End if you want current items. Customer service and your items also to get home the way you chose them off the shelves. Also, train them to do their diligence and take those dang sensors off. Do better, Target. Now I get to spend more of my time by driving back to this Target to baby them to make sure they do their job correctly. Extremely frustrating. 1 star by default to write the review. They sent an image of the alarm, like on their clothes. This. Literally the Wish Temu version of Target. I don't even know how this place is called Target. It's poorly lit, dirty, and the customer service is genuinely terrible. Every time I stop here, I genuinely wonder why didn't I just go to the one further away. Should have gone to Walmart. Lackluster experience with a robotic cashier. I even got to experience it a second time because my security tags weren't removed. Normally, I give people in the service industry grace, but this was just terrible. 0 out of 10. Okay, Karen. I guess. You ever worked at a retail job before? You probably won't like it. I went to Target, as I do every week. I had about 40 things in my cart, and the only way to check out was self-checkout. Now, one lane open with a clerk. I had to scan bag, put all my stuff on the floor as I emptied my cart. There were 4 self-checkouts and 1 person helping. It was ridiculous. I love going to Target. I love shopping there, their products and their employees. But today's experience was just very frustrating and disappointing. If I had only a few things, it would not have been a big deal. I might have just gone to Walmart, and they have self-checkout and clerks that help you. Blush emoji. Well, again, you've probably never worked a retail job before. That is how it works. That is all they do. All day, every day. If you go to self-checkout, that is not their place to come and help you. That is on you to going to self-checkout with 100 items. Think better. Like, honestly, why are you complaining that you bought a lot of shit and then you have to self-checkout that shit? Come on. Where's your... The Heights Target is possibly one of the worst retail stores in Billings at this present moment. They have an extremely poor customer service for starters. Rudeness, indifference, and mean-spirited is the main welcome when you get into their store. The products are of very poor quality and not competitive in their pricing. Other big box retail stores are much better at pricing and quality. Also, lately, some turn to their team members openly discriminate if you happen to be black or have an accent. My wife had the misfortune to this treatment. The cashier was extremely rude and treated her like a thief. She'd never been demeaned like this in her entire life. We'll be buying our products elsewhere from now. More specifically, we'll transition to Amazon. Thank you, Target, for helping us decide. Why is everyone racist in this video? Our checkout clerk was absolutely rude. Didn't know her name, but she was a ginger. Last time I checked, Target was supposed to have caring members. What a disappointment. I'm going to start making a special trip downtown. Hopefully the clerks are nice down there. Okay, you didn't have to say she was ginger. Looks like customers have to do the work for the Target Corporation, checking out and paying for merchandise. Self-checkout has been the only thing open for the last several times I've been here. No checkers. Absolutely ridiculous. Again... just don't buy that much shit. Fuck you, Karen. Fuck you. Horrible service over the phone. Nobody answers, and when someone does, they act like you're interrupting them from something. You're probably interrupting them from work. Of course. You're interrupting them from their job. Not a truck driver delivery friendly Target. Apparently they don't like getting loads at night before or when scheduled. No music at Christmas or any time, but they have great commercials. No one to help you, even at dressing rooms. They see you struggling to find something, but don't care. They huddle at the dressing room and talk about the night before. Then, when you need them at the dressing room, gone. I will shop online. This is all retail stores have the same business. CS, come on. No checkers, trying to force us to use self-checkout. Is this like a common occurrence? This is starting to become a common occurrence. Is this like a problem here? I understand, like, just use self-checkout. Like, that is just their job, is to just scan shit and maybe just use self-checkout because it's... What? Target has gotten super political. Why are they pushing an agenda? I won't be doing my shopping there anymore. Are they saying a certain president sucks or something? Why are we doing politics in a grocery store? I feel like some creep. Google is watching everything and everywhere I go. Creepy people. A year later and it's improving somewhat. This is Target, not Google. Let's go to Piehole. Because that is a very unique name. I was trying to order a slice of pizza about a week ago, but there was an extremely rude lady yelling at an innocent customer who she just wanted to review the place. She should be fired. How could an establishment have workers there who have been so blatantly rude? It completely ruined the experience for me, so I had to leave. If I ever come back, I wish to never see that worker again. I ordered a pizza for delivery to be hand-delivered. We never received the pizza, although the tracking showed it was delivered. It is now midnight and too late to get food anywhere else, and we are out of money, including tip and delivery charge for our pizza, and the service was never received. We tried to call Piehole, but no one answered, and it was just went to a message saying the voicemail was not set up. My coworker ordered a pizza from here through DoorDash to be delivered to our hotel. The pizza arrived cold almost 2 hours later. This is my first DoorDash experience and my first Piehole experience, and it was awful. Going to bed angry and disappointed, but at least my belly is full. Okay, I think I'm starting to see a trend here. These people at Piehole don't, or the DoorDash drivers specifically, don't know how to drive. But it's not Piehole's fault. It's the fucking delivery. It's the person running, or the person picking up your order from DoorDash. And it's not Piehole's fault. Oh my god. Crazy employee was screaming at a local critic for attempting a pizza review. I went, is this the same one as the other review? Is this the same? Like, is this another person who witnessed this lady screaming at an innocent person for doing a review? Oh my god. That short-haired girl with the tats and tackle in her face has an awful attitude. Hard pass. Okay, this isn't Tinder, Kyle. You can go now. I visited this place with my good friend Putnam Wajmeyer, simply trying to review a slice of pizza, and a very rude lady started screaming obscenities at me for no apparent reason. It was an awful experience, and I will not be returning. She was the least friendliest people I've ever met. Is this the person that got yelled at? And that was all like the span of like 2 months. 2 months ago, apparently more than one person. What is going on in Montana? Just not good pizza for how rude the staff can be. They didn't greet when you come in and rarely thank you for coming in. You awkwardly stand there waiting for someone to acknowledge you even when it's dead. If you have to wait on an order, they don't give you a wait time. There's a few people during the week that are friendly, but evenings, good luck on getting customer service. Okay, pizza was super greasy, didn't taste good. They played rap music super loud, not suitable for small children. So is rap just not okay for children? Like, I know, like, rap songs that are kid-friendly.
When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel-Air."
I went to buy a pizza a few weeks ago, and these two guys were in front of me just recording, not bother anyone. And this was really rude employee decided to start yelling at them, and they were understanding, but that was just disgusting behavior. And they just made sorry ass piece of lettuce. And that was in Missoula in Montana. Whatever the fuck y'all are doing in Montana, I want whatever you're on, cause goddamn, what the fuck? Let's go to this place. Tacos La Banqueta Pro DF. Everywhere we go for work, we like to try different taco restaurants, but unfortunately, we didn't like this place. The meats are flavorless and order to eat the tacos, we needed to put lime salt and enough salsa to try to enjoy them. The corn tortillas felt like they weren't warm enough. We are definitely not going back. But they look good, honestly. And I'm not a Mexican kind of food person at all. They look good. I started to visit this place 4 years ago, and it was delicious. But recently, it's been the worst. I had to take my wife to the clinic for food poisoning. I believe it was the chorizo tacos, since I didn't order that kind. Also, don't come in the summer, because you'll definitely find flies in your food. And they just sent an image of the fucking, like, doctor's room that they were in. Okay. I ordered a torta de lengua, and it was all flat, kind of like if they smashed it with a hammer. Tortas are supposed to be big and majestic. Well, this torta was super small and basic, only having the leguma, cilantro, and onions. The worst part of the whole ordeal is that they gave me the whole tongue on the torta. One big piece of tongue on it. It looked gross. The tongue is supposed to come chopped up into smaller pieces, not the whole actual tongue. Definitely won't be going back. Are you size shaming? In 2025, you are size shaming. Wow. Great customer service. Most of the food was awesome, except for the fact that they gave me a taco with burnt meat. Like, why? The horchata was delicious. Truly loved it. 1 star. Obviously, something changed. Aquí se prohíbe la dieta. Here, we prohibit the diet. The lady here is rude and wouldn't recommend. They don't know how to treat paying customers. The reason why we look at negative reviews and find what's the most trendiest thing going on is that way you know if it is worth going to that place. And if you do go, like obviously, 1, there's the rating. If it's a 4 point something out of like, if it's a 4.3 out of 10, it's a good place. If it has a few hundred reviews. If it's a 5 stars, but it only has like 4 reviews, it's probably not good. Although sometimes that isn't the case, but there's that. And when you do go to a place, like especially like fancy and stuff, look at all the bad reviews and see what's an ongoing issue. And if that issue does occur more than once, or 3 instances, like what happened in Montana, expect it when you go there. Or don't be surprised when you see it. That is. Cause that is an instance that can happen. So like this place, everyone's just complaining about like everything, like the meat's dry, everything's dry and like cold. And if I were to go to this place, I would expect some of it to be cold. Not all of it, obviously, but like I would expect there to be a chance that I would get it cold. But it doesn't make it a bad place. I would say, obviously go with your heart, that kind of shit. But that is just Hamika tips on going places. And that was Tacos La Banqueta Pro DF. Please ignore my horrible Spanish speaking skills. No hablas español. Let's go here. To Pecos, Texas. What is this place? Consica Salgado. Service from the waitress was very rude. Made us feel like we weren't even wanted there. It became a burden to her for ordering food. Didn't bring out plates after I asked twice to share the cold queso she brought out. Very unfriendly service. Food was bland. Would have had a better experience at the Pizza Hut next door, in my opinion. Small portions. Food not very appealing. Ordered a cheeseburger to be safe. Never have I ever had such a small burger patty. Should have ordered a triple meat to equal a regular patty. Thin patty burger is what they should call it. Don't go here if you're really hungry. I left hungry even after devouring my micro patty burger. A micro patty burger is insane. I found hair in my food. The waitress was terrible. She was very rude on top of it all when I took my plate to the counter to tell them about the hair that I found. She made it seem as I was the one inconveniencing them, not the other way around. The look she gave me said it all. When she asked if I should make them another plate, when she asked if they should make me another plate, a simple no was all I said. Then don't complain. What? I mean, I understand that's gross, but like, if you're gonna eat the entire fucking thing and then show them, you're also gross. It's not just them. You're also gross. Thank you to coming my dad dog. Didn't enjoy the food. Got rushed out 30 minutes before closing time, which is 2 p.m. Food was bland. It tasted to me like leftovers. Just my opinion. Your experience may differ. Yeah. I mean, good for them. We didn't say to eat. It smelled like sewage in the building. 250 reviews for Express Lube. Asked for upfront the prices. Attendant didn't know anything. Service tech didn't listen when I told them my oil preference. It took 2 techs an hour to change my oil when I advertised Express Lube. When the stupid attendant told me the price, they charged me way more, and they even said it should have been more. They didn't even give me the full service. Didn't bother to check my filters. Never again. I'm only giving this 1 star because it wouldn't let me leave a review without it. I pulled up to get my truck inspected. After several minutes, a guy walks out like I was a bother to his lunch break. I asked about getting the inspection, and when he just replied with, "Not today," I said, "What about tomorrow?" Which he replied, "Probably not." He just stood there, and I said, "I think the tech system is down. Ours haven't worked in like a month." I said, "Oh, wow," and my husband drove to Monahan's on Saturday after work, and they expected his. He shrugged his shoulders and said, "Huh." I asked if he knew anywhere else local that I can get it done. He's like, "No, not really," instead of being professional about the whole situation. He shrugged me off like he didn't even need the business. So I left, drove 30 minutes to Monahan's. Got inspected and was treated professionally. Convenience is always key to me, but I'll happily drive somewhere else instead of ever going back to CTG Express Lube in Pecos. And I sure won't recommend them to any of our friends who are working here either. Who are here working either. Not because their system is possibly down, but because of how unprofessional this guy is to me. Thing is, what if he just doesn't know the area? Okay, there are people like me who I don't even know my own area well enough. Like, the fuck? Like, he probably doesn't know when any other places like this is because fucking lube, bro. But, like, I mean, if he was on his lunch break and he was forced to help you on his lunch break, that makes sense, too. Like, come on. I would be pissed if I was forced to work on my lunch break. This place can't be any slower. 3 guys walking around doing nothing. 1 on his phone walking around the bays. It's like these guys going break when they have trucks waiting in line. 30 minutes and only 1 truck has left the bay out of 5. Do better. Oh my god! Hello, my name's is James Teague. I am the operations manager. I went back and watched camera footage and saw exactly what you reviewed. I apologize for this inconvenience of the event. It'll be handled immediately. As far as the trucks, the fleet line takes a few minutes to get approval before we're allowed to work on it. But the rest of your complaint has been handled. Reach out to me at blank if you have any more input. If you want to see this again, please let me know. And if you have any specific places I should review and read for a video, comment them down below.